So the Italian prime minister's elected,
Yeah.
and obviously has brought conservative values. And it's interesting.
It's interesting to see people who don't live in the country giving a shit.
Also because it's conservative values, the fact that she's a woman is negated.
Yeah.
Because that would be celebrated
the wokest,
normally, especially in Italy.
Female prime minister.
It's like if Marjorie Taylor Greene got elected
If she
president.
became president, well, fuck her. I mean, we want a woman president, but not that woman president.
That's a perfect example.
Well, and listen, she's newly single, so buckle up, fellas.
Give Kamara a call.
I
He's
got
in.
dibs. I got dibs.
Just gonna
That's your
say,
type of lady.
She's right up your alley for
I think
sure.
when she was younger, but yeah, if she's rich, which
bet
we'll
she's
get.
got
Oh
money.
my
which we'll
God.
get into.
Okay. I'm sorry to hijack this again, but
She's probably got a massive
we have
bush.
to talk about this. Last week, I showed you guys a meme of Donald Trump's mother.
Yeah.
And we thought it was photoshopped or something.
His mother and father, not to disparage anyone, are two of the weirdest looking individuals in the history of human beings. How is nobody talking about this?
Imagine the trauma.
Well, they look like corpses.
The dad looks like his face is like
They look like done up corpses.
glued on. It really does look like Donald Trump playing all the roles of the people in
clumps.
his family. Like,
Trumps.
yeah, the Trumps.
Yeah, it's Eddie Murphy.
It's Eddie
he's
Murphy's
he's
new thing.
all of them.
No, that's from a meme.
Yeah.
I didn't make that up. Very funny meme. But it really is. Like his mom looks like him in disguise. The dad looks like it's Donald Trump wearing a mask. Like the skin is too stretched out. It's crazy. It's just, they had all of this ammunition all of these years and nobody ever used it. They're all too good. And we don't make fun of people's parents all of a sudden.
Yeah. It's off limits, Simon.
Very odd. Doesn't it seem odd that was off limits? They talked about his tiny hands. Like, it doesn't even exist.
No one talks about
leaving
how
the
ugly
low
someone's
hanging
mother is.
fruit right there.
It's true. Talking about how ugly someone's mom is, that's pretty fucking low.
Only Donald Trump would do that.
It's true. Ugly mother. Terrible.
Did you see his father? Terrible.
Looks like a catcher's mitt.
My father, the greatest.
Best corpse.
Most
best,
handsome.
Best looking corpse.
Most stretched out face. It's huge.
Yeah, you can tell when you see a photo of his parents, nothing about them says these were loving parents.
Nothing about them says these people are human.
Well, that too. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't look at those people like they held and cared for multiple children. Like the nanny at best.
If you were like a lizard person and you had limited resources to make like some sort of disguise here on Earth, that's what it would look like.
And you know what's weird is if Donald Trump wasn't such a megalomaniac, he could have, like, it reminds me of this Jeffrey Dahmer thing where, like, through watching it, like you were saying, how Halima was mentioning, a part of you feels terrible.
For everybody.
Sure, yeah, but even Dahmer, you know what I mean? Because you're like, this dude just like didn't have a chance, like born,
So
wired,
you
weird.
feel bad for Trump now?
Well, no, but my point is they could have done this during like the lead up. They could have been like, listen, you might not like this guy as a person. Here's why you don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
But why don't you look?
You
why
can't
don't
humanize him?
Why don't you look at his policies instead? Because I'm telling you, like, empathy starts there. Like if you saw like, oh, this guy's got absolutely dog shit parents, you can't help but be like, oh fuck, you know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but he hid them for good reason.
Listen, do I feel bad for Trump? I'll put it to you this way. If you have terrible parents, at least you're a billionaire. Like there are people that grow, like, again, I hate to
have
bring it up.
terrible parents
Soft white
and-
underbelly. We see people that have terrible parents and grow up with nothing in the worst scenario ever. If you're going to grow up with shit garbage parents, at least they're filthy rich. That's
Obviously, Joe Biden was a horrible parent.
Did
Clearly.
you watch the one with the 18-year-old pimp there? He has the two girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy.
He has to stop doing it. Did you see that video he put out?
I didn't. Why does he have to stop doing it?
Because all those subject matters that he covers is getting demonetized by YouTube,
So he's just trying to move it all to Patreon.
so he can't afford to do the way he wants to do it.
He can't afford his $15
Like,
a month rent on
like,
Skid Row.
that was the one thing that I we'll get back to the episode that Mr. Beast was talking about too. Like if you say there's buzzwords, whatever, this is not going to go on the YouTube, I guess. But if you say rape, like anal sex, like that, the video's out. Like just say that once in even a 3-hour episode.
Is he paying those people?
Who?
The people on Soft White Underbelly.
I
I don't know if he's
doubt
paying
it.
them, but just to produce it. Just
But
to,
again, he has.
Well, why on earth would they be doing it if they weren't getting paid?
maybe they're getting a whole.
I
hot
think they
meal.
must be getting paid.
Simon, first of all,
compensation.
people fucking love the idea of being on what is now television.
And he does stuff for people too. Like he bought cars for all those Appalachian people. I mean, it's not just him paying. Back to the Italian leader. It's unfortunate that the problem with the conservative thing is it's tied in with religion.
It's one of the problems, yeah.
Like if you just had that platform, but you didn't know that a huge sway of it is coming from, hardcore Christians or whatnot,
Yeah.
it brings it down. But what
That's always been the Republicans' problem, though, is like they'll have some shit you agree with, and then they're like, end abortion. And you're like,
so
you're like, dude,
as Dave asked, what do you get rid of religion in lieu of? Because it's just been this constant, like, how many holidays do we have because of religion? Not you don't go to church, but Christmas is a religious holiday. The only one that isn't is Thanksgiving. I can think of.
yeah, well, it's a pagan holiday. But even then, like, it's just so weird that, especially Christian conservatives, they are the ones who mention the founding fathers the most. And it's like, guys,
Who said
they
separation?
They were the ones that said you can't involve this thing in that. And I always find that disconnect very weird with like really Christian conservatives. Like the founding fathers were fine with you being religious, but they absolutely at no point wanted it involved in how the country was run, in decision making. You know what I mean?
If they could just make the separation, I have no problem with religion.
So apparently they do get paid about $2,000 an episode.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And
Yeah, Kamar,
he
it's over.
has started a private channel.
Yeah, he has a
Recording,
Patreon. Yeah, I know. His Patreon's huge.
Don't be ridiculous.